So is Tesla a good stock to invest in before it reports earnings? What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So as many of you guys know, Tesla is set to report earnings tomorrow after the market closes. That is at 4 p.m. EST or at 1 p.m. if you're in Arizona like me. What do we want to call it? PST as of right now. Nonetheless, Tesla, as of right now, is trading at $227.50 per share. Following with my video earlier today, I'm very glad that I made it because markets were oversold. I talked about, hey, markets are oversold enough that they could really just trade sideways and try to find a support at any given point. And they're oversold enough that it almost doesn't make sense to continue to short because the risk just isn't worth it, right? The recovery potential outweighed the profit potential if markets continue to sell off. So I'm very glad that I uploaded that video. Now, with that being said, does that mean that Tesla has to recover? Does that mean that Tesla has to make a full recovery right before it reports earnings? No, not at all. I mean, I wanted to share what I know of Tesla so far. There's no reason to try to predict I think Tesla tomorrow is going to skyrocket to 250 or drop to 180. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to exceed or come below market's expectation, but this is to inform you what is expected of Tesla tomorrow. So hopefully with what you learn within this video can better prepare you and better inform you on how to prepare for tomorrow. I personally do not like to take a position right before a company reports earnings, but that's just me. I hope that you learned something new. And if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. So the first question is, well, what is Tesla expected to report tomorrow? Tesla's earnings expectation tomorrow for earnings per share is around 47 cents per share. The really interesting part about this is that if we look at this time last year, that's right around, if not below, the expectation of 49 cents per share. So year over year, they're not actually expecting more earnings per share, which is not, I would say, very exciting about Tesla, right? And if you look at their overall revenue, their expectation for tomorrow is $22.4 billion versus their expectation last year of $22.27 billion. So their revenue is expected to be the same, if not just a little bit higher than what it was last year. And last year, it missed it for Q1 of 2025. Now, with everything that is that's going on with Tesla, the backlash behind it, and just the fear of owning a Tesla, this is 100% my opinion, and I do not know what they're going to report. But in my opinion, again, I'm a big Tesla and a big Elon fan. I have 2 Tesla vehicles myself as of right now. I love my Teslas. But I know that if I was on the edge of purchasing a Tesla or not, based off of what has happened of the attacks happening with Tesla, there's no additional incentive in buying one. And there's this huge backlash and wave of people that want to be against Elon, as they call him, Hitler. Regardless, I don't agree with any of that. Nonetheless, we have to take it for what it is. It's fear. And I don't believe that there's going to be as much sales for Tesla vehicles this year than there was last year because of that backlash. Do I think it had a direct impact? I would assume. And again, that's just an opinion. I do not know. We won't know until tomorrow. But nonetheless, I don't think it's very challenging to want to assume that, with the fear that is following with owning a Tesla of either being attacked or being vandalized, being swayed of, if you buy a Tesla, you're in support of Elon, who's viewed as Hitler. I don't believe in any of that. Nonetheless, it's fear. And I know that if someone was on the edge of purchasing a Tesla or not, or another EV, that would probably not be a very encouraging incentive to purchase a Tesla. I'm just, again, trying to think with common sense. Now, it doesn't mean that that's what they have to report tomorrow. Maybe there was a boost of demand and we just didn't know it, right? The other reason that I don't believe that there will be a boost in demand is, they did release some new vehicles, a refresh of their Model Y, a refresh of their Model 3, but interest rates are still not dropping. There is no additional incentive in incentivizing these vehicle or these potential buyers with lower rates. We all know that with lower rates, people are more willing to spend money and more aggressively or more willing to purchase a more expensive vehicle. Not all Tesla vehicles are incredibly cheap, right? So therefore, they might not be in a position to buy an expensive or mid-sized vehicle because of how expensive interest rates are. The Federal Reserve still hasn't cut interest rates, so I haven't seen a direct incentive in wanting to buy a vehicle this year versus in comparison to last year. Now that we know what it is expected of Tesla and we now know what it reported last year, the question that I think everyone should ask themselves is very simple. At what point does Tesla no longer get considered to be just a car company? Because it has these verticals, right, of robotics and full self-driving. These are the verticals that Tesla has always pitched about: the Optimus robot, the taxi cab. What is it called? The Tesla cab, whatever it is that it's called. It's the 2-passenger vehicle, the full autonomous vehicle where you can just get in. You're not driving by any means. It's full autonomy, and it takes you from point A to point B, right? Those are still not there. Elon still has not delivered. There's a handful of vehicles. Not a handful. There's a series of promises that Elon still has not delivered. And Elon, unfortunately, is still in the DOGE for Tesla. I'm saying unfortunately for Tesla. I think that what he's saying is what he's actually doing, I think that's great. I hope that he can remove some of the mess, the misspending, and mismanagement of funds. With that being said, there is no question that, of course, it's having a direct impact on the certainty of Tesla's future, because Elon is not there fully invested and taking control of making sure things are getting done. At least that is the sentiment. That's the first thing that I assumed when I saw that Elon and Trump were affiliated and that Elon was going to work with Trump. I right away thought, and I've shared this with my LPP team, I never understood why Tesla began to skyrocket if it meant that Elon was going to be separated from Tesla. It just didn't make sense to me. Nonetheless, it's obviously lost about 50% of its value. It's oversold enough. It's at a point where I want to make this very clear. It's oversold enough that it can continue to drop, but I wouldn't say that it would make too much sense to continue to short. This is just my opinion. The risk is just too high. The recovery potential based off of previous highs is too great for the potential for profit in swing trading a short position. Now, intraday, obviously, if there's a lot of selling pressure and I can control my position all within the same date, I'm all for it. I'll short the life out of Tesla. I do not care, right? But when it comes down to, going long or going short at these levels, there is a lot of potential for Tesla to recover, a lot of upside, versus it's already given back so much that, it can continue to sell off. I think Tesla can possibly go to 150, 190 per share, especially if its earnings comes in worse than what was expected. But it would take one very simple message from Tesla and Elon to send Tesla skyrocketing. Elon is coming back. And that's, I think, the big question that I want to kind of see if it's answered tomorrow. I do not believe fundamentally Tesla's going to be there with the numbers it's going to report. I just can't see it. And again, just because I can't see it doesn't mean crap. I'm just a person in front of a camera that shares content or shares my opinion on my platform. Nonetheless, there is one question that everyone is asking is Elon ready to come back to Tesla and to take it? And, what are the expectations of that that we can expect? I think if anything is hinted on that or given some direction, I think Tesla doesn't need much for it to really begin to rally. I think many people expect Tesla to not perform well fundamentally. But for those verticals, and this is just my opinion, for those verticals of robotics and full autonomy, if we still want Tesla to be valued as more than just the car company, then it needs Elon. That has always been the missing piece of the puzzle. That has always been the why of Tesla is still trading. If you look at its PE ratio, it's still trading at 108 to 109 times its earnings according to its PE ratio. Even after losing 50% of its value, it's still trading at over 100 times its earnings. But the only reason behind that is because Elon. In my opinion, he's viewed as one of the greatest minds of our generation, and rightfully so to some degree, right? He's like in my opinion, the Tony Stark of our world. Nonetheless, there is a lot of criticism behind him right now, a lot of uncertainty. I believe that, yeah, this might not be the best quarter, but if they can state anything, even if it's a short-term positive catalyst where it encourages investors that, yes, Elon is coming back, he's going to be taking full control, and this is what we have planned when he comes back, I do believe that that is all Tesla would need tomorrow for it to skyrocket. I hope I hope it's not said because I want to buy Tesla sub $200 per share, but I have to be open-minded. And I don't mind being open-minded with you guys when it comes down to that. So I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. I'm thinking about live streaming Tesla's earnings tomorrow on YouTube for free. All I ask you to do is get this video to over 1,000 likes. And if you guys get that job done, again, I just want to make sure enough people show up. Drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications. And if this video gets over 1,000 likes, we'll host a free live session so we can watch the market react to Tesla reporting earnings. And we'll see if it exceeds expectation or if it continues to crumble. But again, we know exactly what is expected when it comes down to earnings. We know that, again, those expectations are relatively pretty low because year over year growth, it's not really there. It's pretty flat. And that's very, very bad for a company that is trading at over 100 times its earnings, yet it has all these verticals that they see potential in, but the main guy, Elon, is not there. So yeah, I'm excited to see how it reports tomorrow. Hopefully we can make it happen. And if you guys have any questions or you guys want to share any comments, feel free to do that down in the comment section. Again, also, if you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, I do trade live every single morning right at market open, and you can join for as little as $1.35 per day. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. LPP and my daily live trading sessions are designed for complete beginners. So whenever it is that you are ready, second link in the description down below, and I hope to see you there. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.